So, morning guys. So today's session, let's see what we start with. So we are going to start with a revision of what we covered yesterday, which was links, the different states of links, which is visited, hover, active, and some pseudo selectors, font size, the display property, the visibility property, the pairing property, the cursor line, and the line height properties. Right. After that, we'll have some quiz, and I hope after that it will be 11:30 so that I can give you another 15. Right. So the first thing to understand is the concept of link states, the different states that the link can exist in. These can be styled using different pseudo classes. Right. Let me just read that again. The first thing to understand is the concept of link states, different states that links can exist in. These can be styled using different pseudo classes. Right. Link. A link that has a destination, example, not just a named anchor, styled using the link pseudo class. A link that has already been visited exists in the browser's history, styled using the visited pseudo class. Visited. A link that has already been visited, it exists in the browser's history, styled using the visited pseudo class. Then we have hover. A link that is hovered by a user's mouse pointer, styled using the hover pseudo class. Let me read that again. Hover. A link that is hovered by a user's mouse pointer, styled using the hover pseudo class. Focus. A link that is focused, example, moved by the keyboard users using tab key or something similar, or programmatically focused using the HTML.focus function. This is styled using the focus pseudo class. Focus. A link that is focused, example, moved by the keyboard users using tab key or something similar, or programmatically focused using the HTML.focus function. This is styled using the focus pseudo class. Active. A link that is activated, e.g. clicked on, styled using the active pseudo class. Active. A link that is activated, e.g. clicked on, start using the active pseudo class. The reason why I'm repeating these words, I want them to sink in your mind so that you can remember whenever we are doing an assignment, right? How far are we with your assignment? Have you started with your assignment? Okay, did you manage to get some sleep yesterday? I can see. Let's go with this. So we also discussed the font size property, which I think you already used in one of the quiz that we had, I think Monday, if not Tuesday, right? The font size CSS property sets the size of the font. Changing the font size also updates the size of the font size, relative length, units such as EM, EX, and so forth. The font size CSS property sets the size of the font. Changing the font size also updates the sizes of the font size. Relative units such as EM, EX, and so forth. The display CSS property says whether an element is treated as a block or inline box, and the layout used for its children, such as a flow layout, grid, or flex. So yesterday you were not here, but I told everyone that every element that we declare on HTML is referred as a box, right? That's why it can also have children, right? The cursor CSS property says the mouse cursor, if any, to show when the mouse pointer is over an element. So today, will you borrow the computer after you are done? Because I'm going to do some examples as we did yesterday so that she can just be familiar with what we did yesterday. The cursor CSS property says the mouse cursor, if any, to show when the mouse pointer is over an element. The line height property, line height, right? Let's just remember that it's line height. The line height property, the line height CSS property says the height of line box is commonly used to set the distance between lines of a text. On block level elements, it specifies the minimum height of lines boxes within the element. The line height CSS property sets the height of a line box. It's commonly used to set the distance between lines of a text. On a block level element, it specifies the minimum height of line boxes within the element. Then we spoke about the inline style versus internal style and versus external style sheet. Right. Mind if you can explain the difference between inline and internal. Okay. Internal? You said inline was?
Inline is like if it's on the same
Page.
on the same line page.
Okay.
And in the animation line is like when you use the style on the page.
The style tag on the
It's
page.
on the page. And then external is when you have the CSS style sheet
External.
is external.
Okay. Cindy, can you just help her on the inline versus internal? What is inline? What is internal versus external?
Okay, so the internal style sheet is when you use the style attribute on your inline.
Internal?
Is when you use your style, your inline style sheet is when you use the style attribute to your inline HTML elements. Like you would say your body, and then you have attribute of style, and then you have like your background. So that would be your inline. And then your internal is when you internalize the style.
Essentially, this yeah. That you put for inline style. Is it
Yes.
that? Okay.
This is so it's when you have also inline is when you have an HTML element that you add a style attribute to. And then your internal is when you add the style tag. Like if you remember there where you have your body, your title, and then you have your style, and then you would within the style tag nest your HTML elements that you want to style, and then your external is when you have the external CSS document.
Okay, so the inline is when you're using the style attribute on the element to style the element. Right. The internal is when you're using the style tag, the style element, so that you can put your styles in between the opening and the closing tag of the style tag. Right. Then external is when you have an external style sheet, which is having a CSS file external, so that you can link it using the link attribute. Mind if you can borrow here the PC, I want to do the same thing that I did with you guys. So I'm going to task you to create a document, and after that we will create two documents, which is HTML document and the CSS document, and just link the style to there. So this is one document. So go to the file system. Go on documents. Create a folder that is called Girls 2. Yeah, enter. And go in that folder and copy the date here. So see it copied. Okay, then we use Windows and R. Enter. CD space Control D, which is space. And it will just clear the data. It did not copy the data. Just clear everything. Clear the go back to the file, copy the data, Control C. Yeah, go back to the terminal, which is here. And space, enter, then try code, space, dot, enter. So by the way, that's the shortcut exit and welcome. If you can go on to open this folder, you can see these two things. This is 1.1.1 file, and the second one is 1.1.1. So now, right now, we are creating a file and give it the name of index.html. Enter. Then create a second file. Style and CSS. Enter. Go on the HTML document. Yeah. And use the star shape. Now go on HTML. Use the link element. And you can specify the depth of the CSS, which is standard CSS. That's how you can use this to save it. And right click. Or open my server. So that is a clean document. Just can you go back on the HTML document, just add any element of interest. Any text. And give it a class, give the element class. Go on into this code. Give the class. Give the element class. Class of your choice. Then go on CSS, just reference the class that you wrote. Now open the declaration blocks and then just change the color of the background color. Give it a color choice, save, over to the HTML document, save it, and go to the browser, refresh. Why is it not working? So let's do that. Go to the school, go on the style and CSS. Can go to index.html. We use capital H, not the small h. the browser is changing. So it is working. You may give it back to me. So I was trying to show you the clinical stuff. So are you comfortable? Before you give it to them, are you comfortable with the margin in pen? But you understand the concept of pen? Okay, let me just read this sentence first. And I'm going to read something first.
Padding.
Yeah. Let me just read it. So the padding CSS short-term property says the padding area on all four sides of an element. Remember I said an element was a box. How many sides a box does it? Which is? Okay, nice. So can you go on the CSS and change the padding? You already exit? Yes. Let's give it one reading. Pixels. Or you can use any unit. Of the conjugate example. So can you see the difference? So what is padding? You understand? So can you go back to HTML and add another H1 below that one? Or you can get on going to page just now before we clipboard and on that same one. When you're done, just give the H1 across, and after that declare a margin in the first element and give it 500 pixels. Okay, I'm waiting for you. So can you see the difference? And on CSS, remember to add the margin 500 pixels. Can you see the difference? Okay, so what is the difference? It is different. What is the second one? You see? Relation. How is it the second relation? Oh yeah, okay. So you remember what is the space around the heading, within, so that's what I was trying to show you so that you can understand it like this together. So you can give it back to her. So thank you for borrowing my laptop. So let's just go. here. So these are the examples. Wait, okay. So the cursor CSS property says the mouse cursor, if any, to show when the mouse pointer is over an element. Can you quickly guys go on MDN so that you can see? Go on MDN. And search cursor. Show the way that we did yesterday when we were playing with the cursor. I'm saying that no, it's not making any noise. Yeah. Can you see? Did you see all of those examples? All 5 of them? Now do you understand what is a cursor? What is a cursor?
So it's the arrow that moves onto the screen.
This, the mouse pointer.
So what would the sound you have to change it depending on
Okay, nice. So, the cursor setting should inform users of the mouse operations that can be performed at the current location, including text selection, activating help, or context menus, copying content, resizing tables, and so on. You can specify either the type of a cursor using a keyword or load a specific icon to use with optional fallback images and mandatory keyword as a final fallback. So, there's an example of the style tag, which is internal style. The style tag is an HTML tag that is used to embed CSS directly within an HTML document. It is placed within the head section of the HTML document. There's an example. I hope you can you see? Can you get closer? Can you see? So do you see the style, the way the style tag, the way it is used? Yeah, you may go back. So inline styles. Inline styles are applied directly to an individual element using the style attribute. This method is useful for applying styles to specific elements without affecting the rest of the document. Can you see the example? You can. Next time, don't forget, please, tomorrow you mustn't forget your glasses because they are really important. Now I understand why you wore them every day. So the external style sheet. External style sheets are separate CSS files that are linked to HTML documents. This approach allows for separation of content, HTML, and presentation CSS, making it easier to manage and apply consistent styles across multiple pages. An example, you have an HTML document like the one you just created, and you also have a CSS separate file, like the one you just recently created, right? So, the constituent properties for pairing are as follows. This property is a shorthand for the following CSS properties, which is the pairing property is the shorthand property. Remember when I asked you how many sides does a box have, you said 4, right? Which is the top side and the right side and the bottom and the left. Same with the pairing. So the shorthand properties are as follows. Pairing top, pairing right, pairing bottom, pairing left. Can you quickly just guys search on MDN pairing so that you can play along with the example of the pairing. The reason why I keep on saying she, because you already did this yesterday, remember? But if you feel like doing it again, you can just go over and do it again. Right. So can you go back to the laptop so that you can play around with the example? We are approaching the assignment, guys, so that's the reason why I keep on just making these examples so that everyone can be on the same pace. Can you see? Now do you understand? You can interact so that you can interact with the computer. Play around with those different values. While you are playing around, just notice the content that is in there, the way it's moving, and the padding around it. Yeah, you may continue. Okay, that was examples. So now we are back on quiz. So can any just I'm going to ask this question in every one of you will have to answer. Right. So let's start with you. Yeah.
The position in CSS is to
Volume.
the position in CSS is we can like position the box on top, left, right, center, bottom, every side, move it around.
Okay, what values does the position in CSS property take? How many values does it take?
I think
Just mention one.
fix.
Okay, done. Can you tell us your understanding on the position property?
Okay, the position property helps you for position a block element. Like an image.
Only a block.
Not only a block element, okay, it helps you position an element. And then
Just give me
the property absolute.
absolute. The value absolute.
I mean, sorry, value of absolute.
I understand.
Position absolute.
So your understanding on the position property in CSS?
So it's used to position elements on the page
Okay.
and sticky.
Sticky. Okay. What are the rest of the values that it takes? Just give me another one.
Absolutely, then fix, sticky.
Okay. So Cindy, can you tell us about the Z index? What do you understand about the Z index?
Okay, the Z index is gives you the ability to layer elements on top of each other.
Okay.
And with new layering, there's position involved as well, so that like you can choose which item you want. Like you can choose which item you want to position on top of which one, or layer which one on top of which one.
Okay. You go. Your understanding on Z index?
So
Remember, sorry, before, I'm not marking guys, so I won't be saying you are right. I just want to assess each and every one of you guys. What do you understand about what?
So the Z index is to put things on elements on top of each other. Like you can say that if you want the yellow box underneath or the other two, or you want the middle one or the bar that two, like you can make it nice. So, like if you want to use like a flow chart, like goes up to you, I say take one, six, two, and goes up and
Okay, okay. So your understanding on Z index?
since you still stack elements on top of each other, and
That's the preferred word, stacking, because it's a stacking context. But yeah, but you are not wrong, guys. You are all right. But the preferred word to use is stacking, because it makes more sense, right? And you're going to get that word from this tutorial: stacking context, stacking these, stacking elements. Yeah, but continue.
Yes, the saving text will be on top and with the longest will be bottom.
at the bottom. So what values does it take? The z-index property, because z-index is a property. What values does it take? How do you make the one with the highest? How do I say this is the highest one? How do I know?
You can input any like
Numeric
pixel.
pixels? Okay, I'm not sure on that. Sister?
I searched it now.
Sorry?
I searched it in the understanding.
Okay,
So
just,
they say here that you put 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 12.
yeah. Can you play around with the example? Both of you guys at the same time? Just search z-index on MTNs and if you haven't.
So 1 is like right in the back.
Okay.
And then number 3 would like move 1 on top one is the lowest one.
So are you playing around with the MTN to try it example?
Yeah.
Just look at the brown box there. Just keep on playing with it.
The brown box is coming up,
Yeah.
still like covering.
It's showing more. So the brown box is covering the recent stuff.
Okay, so Cindy, what are you saying? What are you saying?
No, I'm like the box or the element that was stacked under. The other ones you can using I think the higher you go with your value.
Are you on the MTN?
Yes.
Because I'm seeing you looking at a computer.
Yes, I'm on there, but
So I think what she's saying is that the higher number increases forward and the lower number increases backwards.
Okay. Are we all in the same understanding? Okay, if you have an understanding of what is z-index, can you just quickly search on MDN what is overflow? It's a property. That prop stands for property. Just search overflow. And can you tell me what do you understand about the overflow property, sister?
Me,
Yeah.
was I read it or?
Now just tell me what you understand. We are not there yet.
So what I think about overflow is there's a box and
Okay.
there's words in it. So like if you put if the words is like bigger than the box, you can make it hidden. You can't see like the response, or you can make it go over it, or like you can make it scroll, so you can like scroll in the box like that and stuff like that.
Okay. Cindy, at the back, what do you understand about the overflow property?
it's that when you have a behavior whereby if the content doesn't put it in its container, it can be cut or it can go over that container to see the content inside.
Are you looking at MDN?
Yes.
Can you play with the example? Not wrong, you're not wrong. I want you to get the gist of it. Yeah, you can. In the meantime, while she's going to the bathroom, can you use a computer? So sister, what do you understand about the overflow property? In the meantime, you can use a computer. And play around with the example, interact with the computer. Okay, so what do you understand?
So it's basically used to come to so if you have the theories, so by the option that you choose, like if you choose scroll, you'll be able to scroll on the page and see the information.
Okay.
If you choose hidden, the point that's not shown, wouldn't show,
Okay.
and visible, you'll be able to see it, and hidden,
Sure. Then let's go on vertical alignment. Can any one of you guys tell me what is vertical alignment and what do you understand about vertical alignment? If you can just go on MDN and search vertical, the first thing to appear, I think it will be vertical align. Then press enter. So, what do you understand about it? Tell me what do you understand about it and what is the vertical alignment. Cindy? Just tell me what you understand. We are not. I didn't teach you this. I'm just assessing your minds for where you're at right now.
So it's basically used to
Yeah.
consider was like on the example the song.
Yeah.
The consider was like how it reacts to inline elements.
Okay.
So like I assume you have a table and there is something next to it for like consider will be used inline with that table.
Okay. Okay. I'm not marking you on this. Remember, I'm just assessing. So,
Yeah, but you must tell me.
yeah, I'm going to tell you because we'll cover. This is what we'll cover today. But I love it because I think you guys did a research. That's why I'm like, today you guys are pulling shots. But I like it. I love it. Cindy, can you tell me what you understand about the vertical alignment?
What she said, when you're trying to align an element, MPA says the vertical align property sets vertical alignment of an inline block or table or box. And when you do the price example, you can see the value shows where you can align this the store in this case. So we can try to align in the middle of that inline element or at the bottom of that inline element.
Okay, sister, what do you understand about the vertical alignment? Just play around the example, then tell me what you understand about the vertical alignment. If you are already on MDN, could you play with the example and just tell me what you understand about it.
So the store is moving up, not top, bottom, middle and stuff, but only in with a line. The store is not like moving out like that, but only with those lines off, and then a line store is moving up in the small block or something.
Nice. Okay. So yeah. My system is working very slow today. Let's take another break at 11:30. Sorry? I don't want to finish the session right now because today we'll just do the session, then we'll do what we'll cover tomorrow, then we'll try to focus on the assignment that I gave you. I gave you so that I can see how far are you, so that I can see where can I assist, right? But not now. We're not taking a break right now. No. We just took one now.
Yeah.
Time is running today. Okay, so the position CSS property sets how an element is positioned in a document. The top, right, bottom, and left properties determine the final location of positioned elements. Right. The position CSS property sets how an element is positioned in a document. The top, right, bottom, and left properties determine the final location of a positioned elements. Are you guys writing? Let me just wait for you to write. Okay, sure. The values for the position are as follows. The static, the element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document. The top, right, bottom, left, and Z-index properties have no effect in this. This value is the default value, right? Static is the default value. Then we have relative. In relative, the element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document and then offset relative to itself based on the values of top, right, bottom, and left. The offset does not affect the position of any other elements. Thus, the space given for the element in the page layout, it is the same as if position were relative. The element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document and then offset relative to itself based on the values of top, right, bottom, and left. The offset does not affect the position of any other element. So, can you tell me your understanding on static? Let's start there. What does static, the value static, do in the position property? Cindy at the back, can you start?
What I understand with static.
Before you can go forward, you can even search it on MDN. You can go on MDN and search position. It will show you.
Yeah, I'm here now.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so the static value is positioned according to the normal flow of the document.
Okay.
Meaning that it's sort of like set on default of the flow of the
Flow.
element.
Okay.
So seeing that the element would be an inline, then your static value would have an outcome of
So does it only work with inline elements?
no,
Okay.
it does not. Okay, so but it's a default setting that
Okay.
goes with the flow of the document.
Okay. So can you tell me, sister, about the static? What is your understanding about the static? I'm going to ask each and every one of you the same question.
So, like she said, it's like the default value. It shows zero when you look at the examples that was in the CPU, like might be three boxes next to each other. If, for example, the other box is static, it doesn't move, it stays in line with the list.
Okay. So sister, can you understanding?
Static is like the same, it stays in one position. When the relative is with more movement and stuff, and the absolute will move it like also different copy, different places. The sticky is more or less the same as static. When I see here, the sticky is the exact same, it just stays in one place. You
Okay.
can see all three of them in line.
Nice. So the word static, do you know what does it mean? When I say something is that is friction, but not static. Static is something that doesn't change.
No,
It's
it's energy that stays on the same place.
in the same place. Yeah. So the word static, it means that it stays on the same place. It doesn't change. So it's static, right? Like this building here. This building is static. It won't move. It will remain here for years. So let's do relative. What do you understand about the relative? Sister at the corner?
So with the relative, keep the two blue blocks in one position and then only move one of the blocks, which is the middle one. It only moves one block. So I'm understanding the relative, it only moves one. It doesn't move anything else.
Okay. Cindy at the back. What do you understand about relative?
I don't understand this. I'm trying to read what it says.
Yeah, you can read.
Okay, and it says the relative value. The element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document, and then offset relative to itself itself based on the values of top, right, bottom, and left. The offset does not affect the position of any other element. Thus, the space given to the element in the page layout is the one, is the same as if positioned as if the position was static. Okay. So now, after reading that, it says the relative value is going to stay right in the normal flow unless it is relative to itself, but based on the values of other elements. Because
Elements?
the reason I'm saying of the other elements, the two blue squares did not move. Only the one that was set, which has the value of relative, which is the yellow one, moved to the left.
Okay, can I say something? The reason why I don't want to hear elements because we're talking about CSS, and in CSS we're working with properties and values. Right? The elements are in HTML, but I understand what you were trying to paint there. So, sister, can you give me your understanding of relative?
So, relative electricity and its position within the main flow, but then you will like statically, it's a default value, but then the rest of the properties you have to select the values of top right to bottom and left. So you can choose whether you want it to move to the top or the bottom or left to right, but it wouldn't affect the other one.
Okay, sure. Let me just read absolute and fixed. Absolute. The element is removed. Absolute. The element is removed from the normal document flow and no space is created for the element in the page layout. The element is positioned relative to its closest positioned ancestor, if any, or the initial containing block. Its final position is determined by the values of the top, right, bottom, and left. Fixed. The element is removed from the normal document flow and no space is created for the element in the page layout. The element is positioned relative to its initial containing block, which is the viewport in the case of visual media. Its final position is determined by the values of top, right, bottom, and left. So, Cindy at the back, can you explain your understanding and what is absolute? What is the value absolute?
Okay, so the element is...
Element? Oh, sorry, go.
Okay, so the absolute value, the element is removed from the normal document flow and no space is created for the element in the page lookout. The element is positioned relative to its closest position ancestor, if any, or in the initial block, containing block. Its final position is determined by the values of top, right, bottom, and left. So the try it when you go to the absolute value, you can see the middle square is actually a relative. Just to go back, isn't a relative the one that's close to it? What did that video say? Didn't it say something like that? Because when we go with relatives, the middle box moves to the right.
Look at the values. While you're looking at the example, look at the values.
And it says top left. So it's 40 pixels to the top. I'm thinking 40 pixels to the top of which block between the one on the left or the one on the...
Can you go back to the initial example, which is the static, and see where the elements are laid? That's why I keep on saying interact with the example so that you can see.
Yeah, in the end, it says the value creates a new stacking context when the value is not ordered of the mergers of absolute
I did not hear you. Yeah, because remember, the reason why I'm saying I cannot hear you, on your final assignment, you'll be asked to present. Okay, sure. See there at the back, you just realized something. Can you quickly raise that up?
No,
You said, oh, because there was something that you realized, and I wonder.
no, but I can't say it. But then I think that the relative, I mean the actual positioning of this property that you want to move, I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, you are right. Say.
But okay, so the actual position is determined by the values of your top, bottom, left, right. So, if it's a relative, it's going to be a relative, but then what's going to position that is your top, bottom, left, right. So that's why with the top, it's regarding to the related block on the, okay, I can't say now.
Yeah.
But if I would change the top and make it a bottom, I'm sure that it will move to the other side, the box, as opposed to the side that it's moving on upwards, will be to the other one.
Okay. Sister. Hello. Can you tell me your understanding on the relative?
The relative is when only moves the middle one. So because the other two stays, we only want to move.
Why is it moving that one?
Because
Can you read the definition of relative? Yeah.
the element's position according to the normal flow of topic again, opposite relative to itself based on value of top, right, bottom, and left. The opposite does not affect the position of any other element, thus the space given the element for the element in the page right is the same as if the position were. So we determine what so we see we wanted the middle one to move, and you would put top and put the pixels left, put the pixels. So like you want to move to the left, put the pixels.
Yeah.
So you can say where you wanted to move to the right, put the pixels and then move to the right, put the pixels. So you determine where you exactly want to put the boxes.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to hear. So, can you tell me the difference between static and relative? The difference?
Static
Yeah.
and relative.
The difference between the two.
So in static it stays in one position, it's the normal position. In relative you can move what you want to move.
Using
The what you call the top or the values and stuff like that.
okay, the top properties goes the top and left and bottom, the properties of the position. Then you can specify the values of how much you want it to move.
So in relative you specify what position properties and values you want to use for so you can move it.
So in static, left, right, bottom, they don't have an effect in static, but in relative they do. Even though like static and relative, they are somehow related because they are not removed from the normal attachment flow.
Yeah.
But they are removed in relative if you are using top, left, right, bottom. But in static, even if you use left, right, bottom, you just ignore it because it's not using that. Right. So, Cindy, can you tell me the difference between static and relative? But just explain it and I want you to do it in your own words.
Okay, so the static, the positioning of the property won't change.
Yeah.
As it is default. So yes.
Sister, you understanding?
With static it's a default values you can't move them and change it and then relative. It can be static if you dump in values, and if you do, you can change it.
Nice. So do we have the same understanding? Going once, twice, so okay. Then we have fixed, and we do fixed and sticky. So guys, what do you understand about the fixed? Let me just read it first, then I'll give you that. So the fixed, the element is removed from the normal document flow and no space is created for the element in the page layout. The element is positioned relative to its initial containing block, which is the viewport in the case of visual media. Its final position is determined by the visuals of top, right, bottom, and left. Sticky. The element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document and the offset relative to its nearing scrolling ancestor and containing block, nearest block level ancestor, including table-related elements based on the values of top, right, bottom, and left. The offset does not affect the position of any other elements. So, sister, can you tell me your understanding about fixed? Play around with the example. Remember, you can find it on MDN. Play around it. So after you played around it, what did you find, or what are your findings?
So the element will be removed from the document's normal flow,
Mm-hmm.
and there wouldn't be like a specified place for the block. So this will be determined based on the values that you input.
Okay.
And then it says that the
Play around with the example.
restacking context. So it says that
So a new staking context will be created in case of fixed. Okay. What does that mean?
I noticed something now
Okay.
by the picture thing. I noticed that sticky doesn't take this stay in one place. So the middle part.
No, we are doing fixed.
Oh, no, I just noticed something. I wanted to say.
Oh, okay, sure.
The middle part, if you scroll on this thing, the middle part moves along the page. So if you go down, the yellow block box, like stays in one position, and everything else will just.
So it remains fixed on the page.
Yeah, like it doesn't.
Move around.
Yeah, because I'm seeing here that the yellow is, you can go up and down the page and it will go over the entire page.
Nice. Cindy, your understanding on fixed?
Could be.
Can you play around with the example or read the definition? Because could be, it means you are still doubting.
Okay, fixed positioning. Fixed positioning is similar to absolute positioning, with the exception of the element norm.
I don't understand this.
Hmm?
I don't understand this really like
There isn't.
No, it only shows us as a value.
Yeah, but then it shows us the others. Only to speak that in absolute is sticky. So we don't have, I didn't always understand this problem.
Fixed is right down. It's telling you what's the fixed position. It's not giving you any sound.
Can you just go on examples? Can you change that into fixed? Or you see something? Did you go on examples? Then edit that relative into fixed so that you can see. So I'm going to the loop. So after I come back, you just tell me the answer.
So this is the rule for the method close by. So things now, it is more the things closer to the first number.
So it's fixing it based on the top left.
The rest of the three was over. Sorry. I think you just fixed it and then moved it to number one. So that is close to that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it means 20 pixels to
Yeah.
the left and 20 pixels. 20 pixels to the left, yeah, and 20 pixels up, okay. So basically, also fix the positioning is determined by the value of
So now do you understand? So can sister at the corner, can you tell me your understanding on fixed?
What I see is, because when this was a the momentum came forward away from it, like in the so when we put in fixed and then put it all closer to number one. So number two would be over number one and then number three and four would follow afterwards. So that's what I understand.
Okay, sister. Your understanding on fixed?
So the element and it's moved relative to the original layout of
The parent or the containing block?
of all the. So where it initially was.
Okay, Cindy?
yeah, so when we change the position,
Can't hear you?
when we change the position of the selected, of selected ID2 box, when you fix it, the positioning was fixed. I mean, the positioning was determined by the top 20 pixels, meaning that from where it was relatively, it was fixed to the 20 pixels on the top and then the left pixels to the left. Hence, number 2 is on top of number 1.
Okay. So on MDN, we have this navigation. Can you see the navigation bar? On MDN? No, the navigation bar is not on the examples. Did you see when you scroll, it's not moving. It's fixed to one place. That's here on the page. So now can you just scroll and see what it does? It's not moving, it's staying in one place. So that's what fix is doing. It won't move, it will stay fixed on one position. Right? Do we all understand? You can just play around with it and see what I'm trying to say to you. Or you can go back to the first example that we had, which is now will explain what is sticky. The element is positioned according to the normal flow of the document, and then the offset relative to its nearest scrolling ancestor and containing block, nearest block level ancestor, including table related elements based on the values of top, right, bottom, and left. The offset does not affect the position of any other elements. Right. So, what do you understand about sticky, Cindy? Or in the meantime, you can just go on the example that we initially had so that you can see. Or you can even use the one that are your own, just change the value to be sticky.
What I understand with sticky, it's sort of like it sticks on, that it sticks on the screen. So when you're scrolling, seems to be displayed because when you're scrolling, whatever that's there is still moving, but it's not selected.
And
That's just
It stays there.
everything else will move to highlight.
So are you telling me sticky is also works as the same as fixed?
No.
Can you read the definition of sticky? I love it.
The element is positioned according to the normal block document and then opposite relative to its nearest column and sister and containing block, nearest block level and sister, including the table related elements based on the values of top, right, bottom and left. The offset does not reflect the position of any other element.
Okay.
so sticky, it goes with scrolling, and then fixed is fixed. Almost like statement, but wouldn't say so because fixed is determined by the values of your shorthand properties.
So sticky, it has to do with scrolling.
Yeah.
Fixed, it will mean fixed. It doesn't matter whether you're scrolling or not, but it's fixed. Okay. So the difference between, can you tell me the difference between fixed and sticky? Okay. Sister,
So
we're getting there.
it stays in the same position based on the values that you input.
Mm-hmm.
And then when sticky, it will stay on the same place. But as you scroll the page, it will move into the page. And you know when you move on Google, it's like there's always like a tab on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you scroll, that tab always stays there and the tab always on the page.
So that is sticky. Okay, I like it. Let me just move to the. My system is very slow today, I don't know why. Nah, it won't crash. Unlike yours.
We did upgrade, but I'm not sure.
So you did upgrade. Got a new laptop. Oh, okay.
They use this back.
So at 12 o'clock, we'll go on a 30-minute break so that you can have lunch. Then when we're about to finish, I'm going to give you the 15 in the last. Right. So the Z-index CSS property says the Z order of a positioned element and its descendants of flags and grid items. Overlapping elements with a larger Z-index cover those with smaller ones. The Z-index CSS property says the Z order of a positioned element and its descendants, or flags and grid items. Overlapping elements with larger Z-index to cover those with smaller ones. The overflow CSS shorthand property sets the desired behavior when the content does not fit in the parent element box. It overflows in the horizontal or vertical direction. Oh. So the overflow has values that it goes with, which is visible. Let's go with visible first. Visible, overflow content is not clipped and may be visible outside the element's pairing box. The element box is not scrolled container. This is the default value of the overflow property. The second one, hidden. Overflow content is clipped at the element's pairing box. There are no scroll bars and the clipped content is not visible. An example, clipped content is hidden, but the content still exists. User agent do not add scroll bars and also do not allow users to view the content outside the clipped region by actions such as dragging on the touchscreen or using the scroll wheel on a mouse. The content can be scrolled programmatically, for an example by setting the value of scroll left property to scroll to method, in which case the element box is scroll container. Let me just do visible and hidden for the last time so that I can come back and ask some questions. Visible overflow content is not clipped and may be visible outside the element's padding box. The element box is not scroll container. This is the default value of the overflow property. Hidden overflow content is clipped at the element's padding box. There are no scroll bars and the clipped content is not visible. Example, the clipped content is hidden, but the content still exists. User agents do not add scroll bars and also do not allow users to view the content outside the clip region by actions such as dragging on the touchscreen or using the scroll wheel on a mouse. The content can be scrolled programmatically, for an example, by setting the value of scroll left property or scroll to method, in which case the element box is a scroll container. So, can you tell me the difference between visible, or can you just tell me what is the overflow CSS shorthand property? Note shorthand property. Shorthand property. Remember what is the shorthand property?
So you can
It means it has other properties that it is working with, right? So the difference between visible and hidden, Cindy, at the back.
The overflow is visible. You can see that that it overflows its container. It's visible.
Yeah.
And then hidden, whereby you can see that the content does overflow the container. However, it's hidden within the container. And then the clip, and then we have clip here, which it looks the same with hidden. So I guess it clips your.
Anna, let's read that. I was saying the difference between hidden and visible.
Oh.
Do not read the whole thing. The difference between visible and hidden. What is the difference? If you can, sister, can you assist Cindy?
Visible, so is the information and it goes over like the box, and then with hidden, the box is there, but in the rest, the last part of the information is hidden like behind the box. So you can't see it unless you put it on visible or some other option.
Okay, sister, the difference between visible and hidden?
visible.
And hidden.
So with visible, it should be like you have a box and the information in the box, but still overflows the box
On visible?
on visible.
Okay.
And then on hidden, the information is there, but it cuts down to where the, like for example, this, where the land is a book at there.
It will clip it. Okay. Then we have auto. So, Cindy at the back, do you now understand? Okay. We have auto. Overflow content is clipped at the elements pairing box, and overflow content can be scrolled into view. Unlike scroll, user agents display scroll bars only if the content is overflowing and hide scroll bars by default. If content fits inside the elements pairing box, it looks the same as with visible, but still establishes a formatting context. The element box is a scroll container. So what is meant by that, sister? The auto.
With auto, it is overflowing, but even though it's hidden, you can like scroll it.
Okay, can you just read the definition of auto on your phone? Oh, Cindy, can you assist her at the back?
Okay. Auto overflow content is clipped at the elements padding box, and overflow content can be
Okay. So what do they mean by that, sister?
So you can only scroll within the box.
Okay.
You can't scroll outside.
Does that mean that the
Like you see
padding
here.
is removed of the content?
Like you see, here is the box. It doesn't move when you scroll outside of it, but when you scroll inside it moves.
Yeah. On auto.
Yeah.
But on scroll, what does... Oh, we haven't covered scroll, sorry.
Yeah, that's on auto.
Okay, before we cover scroll, I would like us to take some break. But we have 3 minutes before the break. So we'll take a 30 minutes break. Then we'll come back and we'll cover scroll and some other few properties that I've left. Then we'll do some practicals because we'll have to do practicals on CSS, Z-index. We already did that, didn't we? No, we didn't. And practicals on overflow. And also in the meantime, you'll just see the shorthand properties, the constituent properties that it goes with on the overflow, because overflow is a shorthand property, right? We can now take a break, then we'll come back at 12:30. So that's what is about the overflow page, right? It's about table, hidden, and auto. That's all. So, overflow is the overflow is the overflow clip. Overflow is the overflow is the overflow. That's all. Overflow is the overflow gene. I say it's overflow is how it is. It's actually not so hard. Overflow is overflow is the overflow. You all not able to not overflow. So overflow is the overflow is part of the overflow. So overflow is the overflow. And overflow is the overflow is the add this code. Content is clipped at the elements pairing box, and overflow content can be scrolled into view using scroll bars. Cindy at the back. Cindy, can you tell us about clip? Can't hear you.
I'm just quickly loading the answers.
Okay, sure. Guys,
Okay, so my generic understanding of the clip is when we see that the content overflows the container, whatever that is overflowing on the container is clipped. So you can't see it.
did you finish reading?
No, I was reading, I'm not reading, I'm just saying my understanding. Because when I'm going on the triad, the text that's inside this box gets clipped. Whatever that's overflowing from the container is, you can't see it. It's
Okay.
like cut off.
Sister, your understanding on clipped? The other one?
My understanding is that for me, I think it's almost like hidden
Okay.
because club you only see half of the information, and so like you don't see the other half, so you can't access it even because it's like a cut off the rest of the information.
Okay. Sister, your understanding?
So basically, the club selects the elements of overflow club page that is defined using the overflow club margin property. So based on the margin, it will like club the information baseline is with the module is. So any information that stops within the module gets collected.
Nice.
And you would scroll. It will also be flipped, but there will be scroll bars that you can use to see the rest of the information.
Nice. So the vertical align CSS property says the vertical alignment of an inline block, an inline or table box. So what do you understand about the vertical align? It's in the back. I'll wait for you till you search. So you can search that on MDN too. Vertical align.
When you align properties like next to each other, because of the triad example that we have, there are values that show where the alignment is going. So, yeah.
Okay. Sister,
So with vertical line, you get your baseline top, middle, bottom, sub and text top. So that's like moves it, the whatever symbol you can move you exactly you want it to do.
okay. Sister, you understanding?
So the terms are the elements should align vertically within a table container.
Vertically, which means from top to bottom. Okay, nice. So now we're on the examples. Can sister at the corner read the first one?
Position. The position CSS property sets how an element is positioned in a document. The top right, bottom and left properties determine the final location of position elements.
Okay. Cindy? Oh, sorry. So the tried example is mainly focusing on static. As you can see on static, almost nothing is happening on static. There's no element that is moving, nothing, everything is static, is staying it where it is, as it was predefined in the HTML document. But if you look on the second example whereby we're using relative, the yellow box is moving. Why? Because we have defined the top, left, top, and left. We said that the yellow box must move to the top by 40 pixels and left to 40 pixels. So that's what it did. So, as we can see on the Z-index, I think we already played with those examples, whereby we were tracking the brown box, the brownish box, and as we can see, the stacking context, it depends on the high numeric that has been set. So here's the examples for the overflow. We have hidden, invisible, clip, scroll, and auto. Right. So, is there anything that is unclear about those? Remember, after these examples, we'll dive deep on the practical side of it. Let me just write something.
Can I use the same
Yeah.
one
On
for
the
yesterday?
conference?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I like the practical one.
Just get to practice what they preach.
It's because like you get into what they're doing and do more of the practical and stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense when you balance practical and theory. So I've given you a small task that you have to finish by the end of the session, which is its practicals. So you have to define 8 to 10 HTML elements. That's the first one. Then use the following CSS properties: the position, overflow, color, background color, margin and padding. You can add anything if you want to. So it starts right now. You'll also use the same folder, but you can practice on your phone using JSP in the meantime. But after she's done, she's going to give you the computer. Okay, you can use that one.